Years ago, I began collecting recipes. Some were my own, others were my mama's and grandma's, stored away and almost forgotten. Imagine my delight recently at finding this treasure from my past. How precious. Now, I share these recipes and memories with my children and granddaughter. Just another part of my heritage. And Miss Lucy's classic Cajun culture and cooking. Hey, Shaq, come on into my kitchen. I got these gorgeous quail when we visited Mr. Delton Smith in Monroe, Louisiana. Of course, he has a nice little quail farm there, and I'll be teaching you how to prepare a very quick and easy recipe with these. But first, let's see what these birds look like in flight. These precious quail are only 6 weeks old. They are held in cages, but are very well cared for by Mr. Smith. This must be where the old saying comes from when people say they flew the coop. Mr. Smith feeds them twice a day, but allowed Lucy and I to feed them for him. They are so friendly and easy to hold. This breed is of the Bob White family. They are 16 weeks old. There are 1,100 birds in this home. They are fully grown at 16 weeks. That is when Mr. Smith either sells them live or dresses them to sell, to cook. They do not migrate, therefore they have all white meat. Soon, these will be just the right size for my frying pan. Now for that quick and easy but yet very delicious recipe I promised you for. Actually, I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare my quail. I've rinsed these gorgeous babies, and then you're going to salt and pepper them, just right there on the platter. Oh, they are so pretty. Mr. Delton, he cleaned these for me, so I tell you what, he does a very good job. They're just gorgeous and so nice. Yes, then you turn them over. And you do the inside. See how it's so pretty? Isn't that meat gorgeous? Quail meat is just so pretty. It's almost like chicken, but it really tastes good. Okay. Now, it doesn't have that wild taste to it. Salt and pepper them real good, because you want this to be a little bit on the hot side. Very good. Now, I've got that ready. And of course, I'm browning my onions, bell pepper, and celery in this. But first, I'm going to have to brown my quail. I have melted some butter here. And I'm going to add my quail to the melted butter because you want to brown these real pretty. And of course, when that happens, you're going to have a gratin that's going to form at the bottom of the pot. And you know what that means in Cajun language? That means that you'll have a crust that's going to form, and honey, it's going to be just well, it's kind of like the icing on a cake because it is so good when it comes together with everything that you're going to put in here with your seasonings. So we're going to brown these real good. Now what I was used to doing was frying quail. I had never cooked quail like this. Of course, you can fry quail just like you do chicken. You run them through the egg and the flour and you drop them in oil. But this is so much better. I really like it because it has a different type of flavor. Let me see, they're browning real good already, so you want a high fire. Now, people think maybe quail take a long time to cook, but actually they don't. You don't want to overdo them because they're very tender. Now, these are bob white quail, of course, as you saw in the package, and they are just so tender. And like I said, they're very small, but yet I could eat 2 of them. So I fry them sometimes, and they're tasty fried. But of course, today I wanted to go ahead and enjoy it like this. And you will find out at the end why I like this recipe. See how this one is browning so pretty? Yes. Look at that. Very good. Quick and easy, yet good, because you just can't beat good old Cajun cooking. All right. Now, okay. These birds are just delicious. Okay, let me brown it on this side. Very good. See, it's forming that gratin on the bottom of the pot, which, of course, when I add my other ingredients, it's going to come up and it's going to just enhance the flavor of these birds. Very good. All right. Actually, Chef Hans gave me this recipe to use at home, and I've tried it several times, and it's really been a big hit. So I think these are browned enough. Because you don't want to cook them because you will be baking these. Okay. Now. Smells so good. Okay. Now. Okay, now to this, of course, you're going to add some onions, which I'm going to cook. Kind of like saute a little bit. And mushrooms. Fresh mushrooms are always better, but you can use the canned mushroom if you want to. Okay. Now, I really enjoyed the quail, but you know what? We also enjoyed some of the quail eggs that are very, very good. Actually, we pickled the quail eggs, and they were delicious. So you can just go ahead and put the little bitty quail eggs into a jar with some vinegar. Okay, this looks good. Good. Looking real good now. Those flavors are just blending in real good. Okay. So actually what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add my quail to this. Just like this. Now, arrange them real nice because you're going to have to get the vegetables out and kind of sprinkle over them. Isn't that gorgeous? Very good. One thing, I like my cooking. Of course, I've had a lot of practice. 44 years is a long, long time to cook 3 meals a day. And of course, I love every minute of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We've got that going. I'm going to add just a dab of water, which will make that sauce in there, which will really, really make those quails taste real good. All right. Very good. Oops. Okay. Now, my favorite ingredient, of course, is wine. Can't have this without a little dab of wine. And, well, you know how Cajuns are. A little dab is pretty much, but okay, very good. This will cook out. The alcohol will cook out when this is all done. See how pretty, and oh man, that will be so good. I know when I I'm going to feed Lucy today. We're going to really enjoy this. Okay, now you cover the quail. Cover them in the dish, or the baking dish, or you can use the same pot, you see. Okay, and you bring it to the oven. All right, and I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. Now, so while that's baking, I'm going to fix my wonderful souffle.